The Boston Bruins have signed Ian Mitchell to an extension, and although it's not the extension we want, I'll be breaking down why this signing happened now. We also have some big news coming from Jake DeBrusk and Linus Ullmark on a fan vote, giving some very interesting thoughts on both of these players heading into this offseason. So I'm going to be breaking that down, what the fans have to say about the trade and a signing for Jake DeBrusk, as well as that Ian Mitchell extension here in this video. Before we do, though, we notice that 75% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. Looking for a new spot to get all of your Boston Bruins news, you're in the right spot. Make sure to hit the sub button. Join me here as we cover everything that this team has to offer this season, heading into what is going to be a very busy one. So this number's going down very quickly. And with this could keep on going down, we're almost at 3K subs. It means the world to me if we could hit that. But let's get straight into our first topic here, which is this Ullmark news is insane. You know, that's really the best way I could describe it. And this is coming from the Athletic fan vote of what they had to say and what they wanted to think of about this whole situation regarding Linus Ullmark at this very moment. I'll pull up our first screenshot here, which is the actual question and the vote, which the fans said. If a second-round pick is the best the Boston Bruins could acquire for Linus Ullmark, should they do the deal? And 57.5, over 0.5% of the people who voted said yes. And to me, this is absolutely insane to even consider a second-round pick being it for Linus Ullmark right now. And I know this is his final year on the deal, on a $5 million deal. They don't have to trade him, though. That's one big thing. The Boston Bruins don't have to trade him in this offseason. If they chose to, if they wanted to run the decision of keeping him and Jeremy Swayman, splitting, some time until the trade deadline and then want to trade him, they could still absolutely do that. There's no rush to trade Linus Ullmark. And especially if it's just a second-round pick, a second-round pick is not bad. And I'll absolutely say, a second-round pick, we've seen some incredible players come out of second-round picks. But for a Vezina winner who, not this year, but last season won it and still played to a Vezina candidate level for majority of this season, and a second-round pick coming back, this is a pretty tough look if this is actually what comes out of this whole situation right here. If this what's come out of this trade is just a second-round pick. But Jacob Markstrom, we seen from his trade last week, he got a lot more than a second-round pick. And that one, he got Kevin Bahl as well as a first-round pick in the 2025 NHL draft. And right there alone, that is what I've seen a lot of people say that Linus Ullmark will get, or maybe even a bit more. It's a very different situation in the contract for both of these goalies, but the extension that Linus Ullmark is going to get is not going to be much more than he's making right now. I also have that here on a screenshot as well, which I will pull up. The word is that Linus Ullmark will be looking for a 5-year, $35 million extension, which is $5 million per season, or $6 million, per season. So we know that that's not a horrible deal. That's a pretty solid opportunity for a player to, or for a team to go out and get a Linus Ullmark style goalie, a Linus Ullmark level goalie to become that number one in the team and not split time. If this does end up being audible, let's just say where all this rumor is looking to go, as you can see here, there's still a lot of opportunity for the Bruins to either hold up on a trade if it's a second round pick, wait until the deadline, or even just run with them this season and extend them at a later date. I think that's a very unlikely option, especially with Jeremy Swayman coming into the picture. But this is really still just something that I can't believe people want. And when we're kind of rushing a trade is what it feels like. So let me know what you think. I might have gotten the AAV wrong on that. I can't remember what the number I just said, but still, you can calculate it there. You can see that it's going to be a worthy contract for Linus Ullmark. The years might be a bit too much, but either way, that's what he's going to be making, no doubt. So second round pick, I really would not do that deal if it was a second round pick, but let me know what you think in the comments below. But let's head over to our second topic, which is another one from the fan vote. And do the Bruins want Jake DeBrusk back? Do the fans want him back? And this is another pretty interesting vote here from the fans regarding what they want to see happen in this upcoming season. And this is that, should the Bruins re-sign Jake DeBrusk to a 4-year, $24 million contract, which is $6 million annually? And 55.2% of the vote said yes. And this is pretty split down the middle. I've seen even on this channel here, a lot of comments discussing what they want to see with Jake DeBrusk. Some want him gone, some want him back. For us on this channel, it's majority leaning. We don't want him back. He's been making a lot of money, and $6 million for Jake DeBrusk is a lot for a guy who's really only a playoff performer. And we know that that's kind of his game. That's really what he runs with, is the playoffs. But I still think there's that slight opportunity where he could just break out next regular season, although it seems like we've been saying that watching him for the past, I don't even know how long, 3-4 years. So pretty interesting that people want to see him back, but it's always that little margin of he could potentially break out once again in the regular season. But it says the Bruins want DeBrusk to stay. It might take $6 million annually to convince him to stick around. It would be a good haul for the 27-year-old. He's proven to be a good all-around winger who could play on both sides. DeBrusk was dependable in the playoffs, and he was really that go-to guy in the playoffs that wasn't named Jeremy Swayman, and it really proved a lot. You know, in my mind, I was like, is this the time that Jake DeBrusk is really going to break out, really going to show what we know he can do, and what we know we can see from him if he's fully confident? And even from this regular season, he was not a bad player. 40 points in 80 games. Still wasn't at the level we want to see him at fully from his career, but once again, as I said, you know, you can see the potential in every regular season that we've had for him. And is it going to happen? Is it not? It's still just a matter of a bet at this point. We still really don't know. But a real big part of this is the money. The money that he's going to be making next season, if it does come down to becoming a $6 million deal. And then for that proposed Ullmark deal, you know, just say we sign him to an extension, $7 million. That's not feasible for the Boston Bruins. So it's going to be, you know, one or the other if that does come down to both of them, which I would say 99% chance it does not. But I still think that Jake DeBrusk is a potential to stay on this team. One that I could still see, but for that price, I'm really not sure. And by the way, I'm thinking about it. It is $7 million average, and I do apologize for that, but for Ullmark. But, you know, there's a lot of things that are going on in this team right now that's pretty interesting, revolving around these two specifically. You know, two of the biggest potential moves in this offseason, as well as, you know, from the outside of the trade and free agency market, Jeremy Swayman, whose extension is going to be coming. So there's a lot of monetary things that this team's going to have to think of. And I just don't know if Jake DeBrusk is going to be that option. And if Linus Ullmark, with an extension like that, would be in Boston, where both goalies are making too much money to combine. So let me know what you think about those two. But let's move on to our final topic here, which is a small one. Ian Mitchell, he signed an extension. And a lot of people I've seen, you know, replying to the tweets and stuff on Twitter from why he signed an extension is, I really think that, you know, just trying to get some of these guys out of the way that, you know, you can call up here in an opportunity, whether someone gets hurt or not. Someone who's shown that they can play pretty good when they have to. He's not an NHL level guy just yet, but he's only 25. So I think that potential is still there. And he only played 13 games this season in the NHL with 2 points. And you can see, just about to turn 26, about, you know, half a year away. So 25, I guess, is the easiest way to saying it. But Ian Mitchell, I think he still does have that potential. And with Providence, he isn't a bad player. So, you know, that's really the pretty simple way to break this one down. But as you can see, just a very basic contract, 1 year, 2 ways, 7.75 for the Bruins. So that's it. That's all I got here in this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button. We'll keep you updated with everything the Boston Bruins have to offer. But the main thing is, let me know what you think about those fan votes between Linus Ullmark and between Jake DeBrusk. Two pretty interesting ones that, you know, I haven't really seen the evidence to back them up, but it seems to be that fans want them back. So let me know what you think. But I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.